Alright, hello everyone. It's gonna take a minute for my PNG tuber to actually pop up. Also forgot my usual chat blocker. There it is. I might have to move my PNG over to the other side. Where is it? That's static one. There it is. I think that's about right. Might make it a bit bigger since there's less UI I'm hiding like this. There, I think that should be about right. Quickly swap over to voice activity. And unmute myself. Perfect. I should be about ready now. Oh, it looks like it needs to move over to the side just slightly more. There. But yeah, for today's plan is to first do all the rest of my tome grinding. I still need basically my other half of it. And then might swap games to something other than 14. The main games that I'm thinking of would be Payday 2, or maybe trying Vintage Story. Or the other one would be Shadow of War. Going back to and continuing on my playthrough of that. But to start off with, my other half of these tomes, so starting off with Expert Roulette. One of these days I really gotta get actually gardening. I've had a garden plot for ages, and all I've done is a single batch of carrots for chocobos. That's worth some tomes. Or not tomes, seals. Raptor leather, is it worth anything? No. Yeah, how much have these dropped to? That's fairly low. Oh yeah, I might also, once I get the casualty tomes, I might also get the next stage of my sword done. So I should have the first stage of the Manderville blade. Second stage I'm not too much of a fan of, but like I'd rather have it than not. Plus then if the samurai weapon for the third step looks really good, then I'll be ready and I won't have to farm an extra 1,000. This is supposed to be an interesting sword. Or decent one. Who's pure white? Ah, right, that's the one now. I saw someone with this in pure white, so I didn't quite recognize it as the default red and gold. Actually doesn't look too bad. Iffy on that part, but as a whole, the blade isn't too bad. Honestly, it looks like a fairly small blade. I should probably fix my portrait. I was running this weapon last night for Prague. Can't wait until I get the tome, or not tome, raid weapon, just because then I can throw the tome weapon into my, what's it called, my glamour dresser. I absolutely love the look of it, it's just, I can't throw my glam dresser while I am using it. And if I'm using weapon glams over it, then I basically have to keep spending glam dispeller tomes, not tomes, crystals. But, I love seeing my item level slowly creep up over time. Like, now I'm 650 after so long of, what was it, 630? Was last year's BIS? It's just neat. With this being my first year of actually caring about BIS stuff. Like, for over a year and a half, to me, BIS was just whatever looked good. Nice outfit. I'm gonna remove the glamour on it. I like how long the sword is, honestly. Gotta... Oh yeah, I am actually limited in this fight, because item level is synced to 630, so I'm actually synced down and I lose a lot of my substats, if I remember correctly. Which is really annoying. It makes me feel like I'm weak. Oh hey, it's two samurais. Darn it, I was hoping to eat that with third eye. Those ones anyway. Oh, I think those are just the basic ones. Honestly, they don't look too bad. This is the first year I've actually kept my self-battle effects on. I feel so much weaker without stuff like Dance Partner and an entire team of people popping their raid boosts. my positionals! Eat my positionals! Oops, annoying when you actually hit the wrong button of your combo. I should have probably thrown these to my grain company, but whatever. Anything under, let's see, 80, I'll not even bother to keep for my grain company. At best, I'll desynth them, but end up doing this dungeon with the 3 DPS and I believe it was a warrior. We still got rank 5 on this mid boss. I'm actually curious what you have to do to get past that. At this point, I think the only way on tier will be I don't even know how you would get higher than rank 5. Like, unless you had like a very specific party comp. I don't think you can unsync these, so to speak. We're technically higher. We're technically nerfed. That counts as a full non-filler. the wrong button there. And these I can't even try to eat for uptime. And rank 7. Okay, so we definitely did a lot better when it was 3 DPS. Okay, my inventory is full now. Actually, that might be not great, so I dump off that I don't need. I won't need this for a little while. One of these days I really do gotta clean out my inventory. I have so much random gear. Thought I was actually taking aggro away from the tank for a moment. Would have been nice if I could have gotten used to my third eye. I don't think any of these guys drop AoEs. Oh, yes, nice. One does. Ah. Feels like this is a specifically samurai thing where you're disappointed when AoE doesn't go off.
I've been waiting so long.
I don't need Fisher stuff.
Brace yourselves. I bring my all to bear.
I completely screwed that up.
Break deep of blackest terror.
Is this safe? Pixels of safety.
You really must try harder. Battle does so whet the appetite.
Oh, yeah, I noticed they actually have the same weapon as I was running.
No more games.
Yeah, the exact same one. What are the odds?
Be swerved by the tide. What? That's not right. How do you like this? Good, good. A fitting fly.
You know what? I'm just gonna eat this. I used my third eye too early. I'll greet this as well, and I can go and drop all this off at my FC. Eh, that's actually more than I thought I'd get. Alright, because the dungeon itself gives you tomes as well. Forgot about that, actually. Won't take too long, it looks like. I don't think any of these were particularly... Nah. All the Manila stuff is not my sort of thing for glamour. What is that? Hellhound Gunblade. Huh. Kinda neat. Guess they've done a decent amount of PvP. Alright. Need to eye patch the Divine Hero. Keeping the Sword of Light. I have some slots now. And the ones that give the high amounts of tomes are the annoying ones, so... Maybe I'll have fun as a tank this time. Level 90 dungeons. I really like this top. Aside from this one very specific thing. Right here. With the idol, there's a single triangle that keeps clipping in the back of the coat. I saw that one triangle once and now I can't not see it. gonna keep bugging me no matter what. It's only for that one specific idle pose, it looks like. I don't know why. Extract something from my headgear. End up getting this top just for the glamour. It is nice that all my old raid gear is now able to go into my glamour dresser. It's quite annoying to have to wait to dresser it. Alright, I'm the tank, so that means I have to stance. Pause right here anyway, so right now my head isn't going to be too big of a problem. Oh. For some reason I thought the... that mob was going after my white mage. It turns out it was just stuck in a stun. Make sure I actually hit everything. Oh, it seems like the worst pairing for there to be a white mage and a warrior in a dungeon, just because of how many single target OGCDs they even need to spend just for like Blood Lily, if memory serves me right. And the warrior has absolutely no need for healing, like 90% of casual dungeons. I think white mages like specifically need to spend their overcap of Afflatus Solus. That way they can get their blood lilies. one is always like the most boring boss fight of all. It's not even really a boss fight, it's just whack the ads, and that's literally all it is. Maybe I kind of got burnt out on the specific fight, or the specific dungeon, because I ran it so many times just for as many sets of the glams as I could. Hey, welcome in, Azure. How's it going? How's your day been? Yeah, random stream. Yeah, right now I'm just, kind of grinding to get my tomes. I need my this gear still. Look, it's going quite well. Well, just done with some alt reclers. Nice. I'm doing good myself. Today's been going pretty good. Here, this is gonna be something I'm gonna have to do anyway, so I may as well stream it basically. And I figure once I'm done with the tome grinding, I'm probably going to swap games from 14. I haven't decided which game exactly yet, but I'm kind of thinking between Payday 2, Vintage Story, or Shadow of War. Shadow of War being the one I've been playing the most of recently. Now we only have ranged in this party, so I don't have to worry about positionals. One thing that's always annoying doing these crappy dungeons is you get level synced, or not, eye level synced. I mean, it feels like when you're used to being at your full normal eye level, it feels like you're suddenly heavily nerfed. The raid I could do cash front. Recently, I've been keeping an eye on Payday 3's development, and so far it's looking really good. The new battle system specifically, like the hostage phase and whatnot, are looking really neat. As for Payday 2, I hope that that they'll fix the issues with the matchmaking. Since ever since they added it to Epic and did the cross whatever, they really caused issues. Like, matchmaking is totally broken. If I remember correctly, a lot of people had issues with their side jobs being reset. It was just an absolute mess because they decided to put it on Epic, but I'm hoping they're going to do better with Payday 3. Another game I've been keeping half an eye on is Cube World. Well, I don't have much faith in it anymore. The lead, well, the only dev really, said that they're working on sort of a classic version, I guess you could call it. Almost like the same way that there's a World of Warcraft classic. Like, the alpha of Cube World was really good for an alpha. Like, people loved the systems for it and all that. But when it finally released after like 10 years of radio silence, everyone kind of felt like it was really not all that good because they cut out basically everything that was interesting and replaced it with systems that nobody asked for and were just annoying as could be. So while I'm hoping that the project will be good, I don't have a ton of faith. I have a feeling it's gonna be another, here's a million different previews of what's gonna happen, and then we're gonna cut out like 99% of it, and you get a completely unsatisfying experience again. Which is a shame, because I wanted to be good. I bought the alpha back when it was a thing. It was one of those games that really taught me to be wary about early access. That and a game called Starforge. Starforge was the one that most taught me to be wary of early access games. It promised a whole lot. It delivered on almost nothing. And I think it was probably the worst I've been burned for an early access. Now I'm trying to be very careful with early access games. Like, if I trust the company specifically, I'll be more willing to early access a game. Like, I'd probably consider early accessing Payday 3. Like, I went and bought the early access of Subnautica Below Zero, because the company behind Subnautica I trusted. Come to think of it, I really do need to actually play Below Zero. I just bought it super early on and then only played a little bit of it. Kind of funny. Sometimes free projects end up being better finished products than some expensive AAA projects. It feels like indie is overall one of the better ways to go if you want good games for the most part. Feels like nowadays a lot of AAA is really kind of crap. Just feels like AAA games, most of them nowadays are made by corporate going off of focus groups and crap instead of games that developers or the lead devs want to play. Like, that's why I like 14's dev. It's a game that, if I remember, that Yoshi P plays. Like, he made a game that he wants to play. Which I think is why it feels like such a good game. And why I have faith in Final Fantasy 16. It's a shame it's not going to be on PC, at least initially. Like, I would definitely pre-order it. Like, I've even avoided watching any of the what's it called? I already have that one. I haven't watched any of the demo or anything yet. Though I'm sure I won't be able to avoid spoilers entirely. But if the writing of 16 is half as good as 14's has been, then I definitely do not want to be spoiled on it. Wait, I already have the Trojan top striking. That. Or that. Perfect. I'm almost capped on my seals. That's a little bit annoying. And I'm actually fairly close to my weekly tomes done. I don't know if I can head into a... Yeah, looks like I can, actually. 615. So I'll probably just hop in 12s as a healer. Why not? Get my weekly, what's it called? Unsung Blade. Maybe get another one of those top pieces. Where are they? Yeah, I only have 2 of them because I've only been doing the 12 normal. Maybe I should just keep buying Alchemist. I know the price of that kind of stuff goes way up when the relic drops, since people stop buying it. The time that tome stuff is most lucrative is start of the patch and after the relic drops. I'm curious what the next relic tier will be. I have to think of it. How many patches are left in this expansion cycle? I think there should only be like 1 more patch left, right? 6 6.5, and then it'll be next expansion. Or 6.55 or whatever, but I don't think there's a 6.6. Just like I don't think there's a 5.6. I'm curious what the next expansion actually is going to be, because it looks like we're going to just straight up wrap up this whole... what was it called? Was it 13th? I think. The... Wait. Music roll vendor. Do you have anything new that I don't have? Oh, they're the same as the other guy. Feels like they're gonna wrap up this saga, this specific thing, as almost like a little one-shot adventure. Maybe. Oh, hey. I forgot I unlocked that one. And then there's this one. I like how they're all grouped together. Oh, that's creepy. Like the ancients are delegated to their own special row. Well. I wonder how well I even remember how to play Sage. Numa is nice just because it's basically a size, but it's not a DPS loss to hold it for when it's needed. It has the same damage as Dosus, but it also AoE heals and still does the Cardia healing. What? There's cosplayers around. You get to be main tank. You have better gear from the looks of it. You're Pentamelgood and stuff.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity.
And you're not, so. That means Paladin gets to be main.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
No, this is the back and forth. Severi has them. Yeah, my gear is probably a little bit iffy.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Hey, this one's nice. Just have to stay behind on one side twice. Anna is in shambles. But it's getting a little bit better.
Chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Feels like I have to worry more about my mana in higher end content than I do in this content than I did in what was it?
Shine brilliant for me! Silent vessels, I give voice. You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
I guess I'll go for lower guy.
This is but a glimpse of a god's strength.
My mana's way too low to grab the other guy.
Behold such power as you will never wield. Seven hells to the pinnacle of the heavens. The world shall tremble. Such a singularly resolute soul. These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
My GCD feels so slow.
Shine brilliant for me.
I miss my 2.15 GCD.
Cannot escape my eternal gaze.
One's a swap over.
Today, my theory shall be proven as fact.
Oh, I was very nervous there.
These chains are forged from
I
the
miss.
fabric of creation.
Remember what the cast was called.
To silent vessels, I give voice. Shine brilliant for me. Today, my theory shall be proven as fact.
Oh, that one. That certainly went. Get my co-healer. My mana was in absolute shambles, especially with multi-resing and stuff. Finally made the choice to let guy lay on the ground while I got MP back. It truly means I'm becoming a healer. Hey, I only need to do one more thing, and then I can, I've already done that. I've done 90 dungeons. Could do a frontline, but I really don't feel like it. Thing is, I need 50. Maybe I'll just do another Aether font, perhaps? You know what? I'll just do Aether font. It'll give me the last 50 I need. And luckily being a healer means it's a speed queue. Quite a name. Start trying to hit my AoE combo for, Alright, they have a small version of Bloodwetting on a longer cooldown. I think I'm getting the hang of this again. Guess we're doing just one then. Why is he single targeting combo? Okay, now they're not single targeting their. Are they? Yeah, they are. Maybe it's a better DPS gain on like 2 enemies, but. Sure, because they were doing so good in the first pull. Have Embolden. They need my. Just like. It's not too bad. It'd be nice if it was dieable. Let me see. Actually, it might be dieable. I'm not entirely sure. Hey, actually got an Athena card. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, well, I'll run breed on everything anyway. Looks like they are full pulling now. very careful eye on their health. I can probably do this for a little bit more MP. Free loot. I'll just hit this, it'll be for everyone. The only one person's really getting any advantage out of it. This is the only little bit of a spicy pull in the entire fight. They do a surprising amount of damage. Felt so much easier. Doing so much more healing per cast. Haven't been synced down for the 70 stuff. Throw a shield on him for tank busters because he has his own shield that he wants broken. I don't have to be melee range this time. Hey, welcome in, Pickle Raff. How's it going? How's your day been? If you're just tuning in, I'm getting the last bit of tomes I need for the week. That way I can get my samurai all geared up. And I'm probably gonna switch games to one of 3 that I'm considering. That was actual pixels of safety. I looked away to try to read chat and I just barely made it. My turbo casual group just cleared P4S. Nice. Almost got hit. But congrats, like P4S even outgeared is a definitely challenging fight. I don't even know if I'd be able to beat P4S anymore. These are new mechanics I hadn't seen before. Oh, they're basically the same area. Did you get the weapon? Yeah, what class do you usually play for, raiding? Out of curiosity? I don't know if you've mentioned it before, or if Forgotten. The group I played Dancer. Nice. So did you get the dinner plates? They actually don't look too bad for weapons, honestly. Your main group, you played Dragoon. I still need to eventually give Dragoon another try. Like, it's level 70, but... feels a lot harder to play, actually, than someone like Samurai. Let's play Samurai other casual group. How are you liking Samurai? This, as I'm sure I've mentioned before, is my first tier as a Samurai, but feels like a really good class. I ended up actually playing Dancer before, too. New to Sam feels a lot harder to play than Dragoon. Yeah, I found it to be the other way around. With the... though it might be because I was level 70 as Dragoon. Even trying to figure out what the opener would be for Dragoon. Even that low is... not easy. Though outside of the opener, I really still not too sure about how to play Sam. Like, the opener, I think I basically have perfect. For me, the hardest part about Sam is greeting casts, especially when you have to mech during your 2 minutes. Yeah. That's my issue with P10S, honestly. Like, my 2 minutes is during movement heavy mechanics. I'm trying to figure out exactly where I can move put my movement. It's so hard. It's not nearly as mobile as Dragoon if I scroll positioning. I just backflip on Sam, I just take the damage down. That too. Like, we do get kind of a backflip, but you have to be pointing directly at the boss, so there's a lot more positioning involved with it besides pointing away from where you want to go. Bonds 1, make me take my... might be here? Okay, good. Okay, they are really going for what they can... yeah, I think it's Bonds 1. I'm not one to greed my casts much. Because first and foremost, for me, I want to clear rather than risk. It is annoying because, like, if I'm lucky, I can. If I'm lucky, I managed to read my cast just right, but the Gliz, they definitely tried to optimize there, so I think they've earned it. Okay, now I can actually focus on what I was trying to say. Because I have to either choose between completely throwing away my burst or reading and possibly wiping during Bonds 1. Because, like, I have to fit 3 casts into the movement window and just hope I don't kill my team. Luckily, it's not a pot window, so it's that much is a godsend. Greed? Not until we clear the tier and I start going for numbers. I have been improving, though. I got 20 on the last clear instead of 3. It actually sort of shows just how absolutely cracked Samurai is in terms of damage, even if you're not great at it. Like, even a gray Sam is still way higher in damage overall than, like, a blue Dragoon. So I think I have 1 to 2 million more damage than the next highest person. Almost always. I mean, I love my big numbers. Especially when a hit of your burst combo can get to almost 100,000 damage in one hit. I'm gonna turn these in, double check my this sheet. Ah, darn it. I guess I'll go for some more adventures. Can't. Suffering from success, I guess. Just buy 2 grade 8 dark matter just to not overcap. Yeah, good enough. Unfortunately, there's nothing the FC needs in terms of materials from that, so I might end up having just to buy random junk. Right, I need to pull up my this sheet. The outfit. Where's my tab for it? There it is. Google Sheets, BIS. Oh, I did get arms. Now, do I go for neck next or head? Ratahan and now. Oh, I have to go for neck for this week. Since I need a neck piece. Tome. Perfect. And then I might, like I said, swap games. The ones I'm deciding between are Payday 2. What's the other ones? I'm trying to remember. Shadow of War or what was the other one? I don't remember. Hey, Deep Rock Galactic's on sale. I mean, I already own it, but surprised that's on sale right now. Deep Rock Galactic is a fun game. I just haven't played a ton of it. About a couple years ago, I think. It's a pretty good co-op game. Are you gonna play F16? Maybe when it comes to PC. Because I don't have a PS5, unfortunately, and I'm not gonna, at least not yet, spend like $1,000 on a new console. Oh, right. There's also Duviri Paradox for Warframe that I never finished. Ooh, and there's a new Warframe that's coming. Clervo. Yeah, I'm sure it'll come to PC eventually, but the new Warframe looks like a Final Fantasy Sage almost, just with the floating knives around him. Actually looks really neat. Apex 16 comes out the day I raise, so I got a coin flip. I mean, the game looks good. That much I can say for sure. I wonder if there is any announcements in terms of PC release. I mean, it's not even... first result... Not available on other platforms until December 31st. So it won't be until the end of the year at least. And looking at this random article, they aren't even starting the PC port until 16's released, which, I mean, is good that they're not trying to work on two versions at once. It'll be a year or two away, like 7 remake and 15. Hopefully it will. Oh yeah, there's another game announcement that I'm actually looking forward to, now that I think about it. Palworld. Though that also, if I remember correctly, is coming out next year. Yeah, and Payday 3, that as well. I somewhat trust Overkill. Like, they've made a lot of really iffy decisions, but in the end, it seems like they really do try to do good by Payday and the community around it. That one's actually coming out shortly after my birthday, surprisingly, so maybe I'll turn the release into like a special birthday stream and just delay it. Didn't even think about it, but surprisingly soon. I am surprised that they're actually going to put it onto the... what's it called? Xbox Game Pass. But I guess with them running on a new engine, it makes a lot more sense with them being able to throw it onto multiple platforms easier than absolute janks that the current update of Payday 2 is. Yeah, the other game I was talking about is Palworld, which seems... it's very Pokemon, but at the same time, it feels... I won't say mature, but feels very more almost grounded, more adult version of Pokemon. Like the kind of thing the kind of Pokemon world you'd think of if it wasn't sanitized to appeal to children, almost. Adult Pokemon, not like that. Not like that. Not like Vaporeon. Hey guys, did you know that copy pasta haunts me? It means that nobody can like Vaporeon, otherwise people are going to start quoting that copy pasta. It basically ruined a Pokemon for the fan base. Should I throw this in the just... I don't want to make Vaporeon my favorite house spite. I mean, people just assume you do know. I pull up the trailer because I actually am very much looking forward to the game. It might be on the Xbox Game Pass when it releases too, but it's one of those games I feel like I'm probably going to buy on release and stream. They actually released info about a new PAL, as they call Pokemon in it. Oh, very nice. Immediately doming it. I mean, it looks cute, almost like a Vulpix Flareon mix, I'd say. Oh, and it's a portable flamethrower. Oh, hey. It's, what's that Pokemon called? Zebstrika. Hey, welcome back, Tsutsu. How's it going? How's your day been? My day's been going pretty good. Right now I'm taking a break from, having finished off getting my, the last of my weekly tomes. And I was gonna pick which game to play next, but, getting distracted showing off this one game that I am looking very much forward to the release of, called Palworld, which is almost like a... what Pokemon would be if it wasn't sanitized for children. Doing better today? That's good to hear. I assume your health's been going good and whatnot? Let's shrink this. Actually, that should probably go below my... PNG Tuber 1. There we go. Health is good, but mental is fuzzy and painful. Well, hopefully your mental will also get better. It's hard to de-stress, but I don't have much of a I could say about it, because like I know how empty it feels with people saying like, yeah, it gets better, just relax, take your mind off it, sort of stuff, having had bad times of mental. So all I'll really say is I hope you will feel better. Well, I'm better now that I'm here. Well, that's good. I'm glad I can be hopefully like some sort of comfort streamer for some people, because that's why I stream, because I like to interact with people and whatnot. Yeah, this is the game I've been looking at for when it releases, called Palworld. It's it's very something. More like I'm discovering myself, but still scary. Yeah. I'm trying to think of my words carefully, because like I said, I know how it feel when people aren't in your shoes and whatnot, but at the very least, I want to express my uh, best wishes, sort of thing. What's the term? The term's eluding me, but to express that people are here for you and whatnot is probably the best way I can put it. Sorry for damaging. No, it's no issue. It's just like I said, I've known what it's like, so I want to tread very carefully on it. It didn't like bring down the mood or anything, but honestly, I'm honored that you want to come here even in your time of feeling not great mentally. And hopefully my stream and stuff can help you with that. It's okay, thanks random. Well, yeah, I hope things will get better for you. Yeah, Power World, the weird Pokemon with guns. It's no, this is Pokemon Gun, a game Nintendo never made. Yeah, guns, yep. Your Pokemon can just, like, pull out a minigun. Like, honestly, the design of the game looks genuinely good. It's not just, like, complete shitpost. Like, the world looks good. Especially the ruins. Because the early trailers looked like they were just kind of using whatever assets were on the Unity store or whatever, but like, these are well done. In proper environments for the different Pokemon or pals. Like, it is actually wild. Like, I'm genuinely looking forward to it. Was that a plant-dressed Pokemon? I'm sold. It seems like it was sort of their take on Lilligant, I think. Was that the Pokemon I'm thinking of? Lilligant? Amusingly, they specified that you cannot breed with the Pokemon. And they only specified that because somebody was asking if you could breed the Pokemon, like you can do Pokemon breeding in the games. And they mistook it as people being basically people wanting to enact the Vaporeon copy pasta. There's a bootleg Lucario. And penguins as missiles. The designs are very Pokemon, but at this point, Pokemon designs are very Pokemon. Like last game that they put out, they put Flamingo, cat, crocodile, and so on. So, like looking at these, can't really knock creativity because with over 1,000 Pokemon, it's basically impossible to make cute, capturable creatures that don't look like Pokemon. Flamingo, yeah. It's literally just a flamingo. Like, I should change this to just chatting. Actually, gonna quickly change that title. People might be coming in expecting 14 gameplay and stuff. So I'll do that until I switch to another game. Question: if you could be a gym leader, what type would you be? I actually don't know. Like, I generally try to move myself over to my house or something. Provide a proper background. It would be grass type or fairy, I think. Why is that? Like, which Pokemon specifically interest you in terms of fairy? And grass types, because, like, by far my favorite Pokemon is a grass type, being Chikorita. I mean, my first Pokemon game ever was Crystal, and Chikorita was my first ever starter, which made it my by far favorite. I love a lot of grass type Pokemon. Which one would you say is your favorite grass type and fairy types? I should not think about it. There are a lot of grass ones. Maractus, Lurantis, Chikorita, Lilligant. Fellow Chikorita fan. Nice. Maractus is my fave. That, I believe, was that Gen 3 Cactus Pokemon. I think it might have been an evolution of Cacturne, was it? Gen 5, okay. I'm thinking of a different one. I was thinking of Cacturne. Yeah, Cacnea and Cacturne. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. Oh, it is fairly cute. It has the... I have save search on. Just in case. It's a really cute Pokemon. Did I turn off save search? And Flamigo is, I still think, the dumbest Pokemon. Period. It's literally just a flamingo. That's it. Like, when it was... Gen 1 and 2, they kind of got a pass. Like, for stuff like Geodude and Pidgey. That was the first generation. They were trying to figure out what they could get away with for, like, 32 by 32 pixel sprites. They didn't have a lot of creativity because they didn't have a gigantic franchise. But maybe we had a combo of Flamingo and Peafowl, maybe? That would have been neat. Like, yeah, to be original. Like, at this point, there really isn't anything particular. There aren't that many specifically original Pokemon lately, it feels like. Like, Sprigatito and Litten. They look... Yeah, Sprigatito, my child. I do like Sprigatito. I mean, that was the one I picked for my starter for Scarlet and Violet. Also, I think one of my favorite Pokemon in the most recent generation was Ceruledge. I ended up naming it Frey after uh, Frey from 14. She ended up being a really heavy hitter on my team, surprisingly enough. I'm trying to think, what would I go for? Actually, maybe Dragon would be the type of. Yeah, this kind of reminds me. I was really disappointed that the shiny version of Ceruledge is complete trash. Like, seriously. It doesn't even look like it's shiny. There's a slight difference in the eye, and that's it. It is like the worst shiny. Haven't checked out new gen Pokemon are in battle? I don't tend to do anything competitive, so I'm just like a casual doing, like regular raid things in the game, or uh, just the base game. I never understood how to do competitive battling. That would have been cool too. I'm so disappointed that they didn't make it good. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Dragon type would be one that I might go for. Like, some of my favorites are have some knowledge, but still so confusing. Yeah, I don't understand it at all. You give me a team of Pokemon, and I probably still lose to somebody who has the most basic of understanding. Like, I don't know the difference between natures and like I know very little about anything competitive like high rolls and low rolls. I know a little bit about that just because I used to watch a lot of speedruns, actually. Now that I think about it, a lot of the Pokemon I really like are really crappy in terms of shinies. Like, they're barely noticeable as shiny. At the same time, honestly, if it was just... Is that the current shiny version? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'd be a dragon one, because, like, I do really like the different dragon Pokemon, like Garchomp, and oddly enough, I found Goodra to be very adorable, which ended up putting on my radar as a Pokemon I kind of want to get. Oh, yeah, I do have one, actually. Because Scarlet and Violet is actually the first Pokemon game that I've actually completed the entire Pokedex in. I think Pokemon as special attacker, phys attacker, set up a unit. I don't even know all that sort of stuff. All I know is, for me, the only stat I change is my enemy's health stat to 0 with physical attacks. I'm trying to think what other ones I might have on my team, because, like, well, some of these ideas people had back in the day before the advent of biped were kind of neat. What is it with them making the cat starters become bipeds anyway? That is really neat, honestly. But I do like what we got in the end. Like, I kept him on my team the entire time. Flower Trick is just such a good attack. Though it is funny when NPCs go, wow, you're really lucky to get a crit. Like, no, I used a guaranteed crit. Wow, you're really lucky. Nice to know my cat Pokemon team has a newcomer. What are there for cat Pokemon? Oh yeah, what would your favorite legendary be, do you think? Oh, right. Absol is also one on my list of Pokemon that I really like. They're just super cool. That's a toughie. My personal absolute favorite legendary, Suicune. If that's how it's pronounced. Because again, I start off with Crystal and it ended up being my favorite. Now, I wouldn't be able to easily answer what would be second favorite and beyond, but there's also some decent legendary cat Pokemon. I mean, Mew is adorable. I still actually have my old VHS copy of the first Pokemon movie. It's a shame that the only VHS player I have is stuck to a old monolith of a TV and it's completely broken. They end up actually remaking, if I remember correctly, they end up remaking the first Pokemon movie. For, was it Netflix or something? Yeah, they did it in a weird 3D. Oh, you figured out what you think your favorite legendary is? What would it be? Either Lunala. What one is that? Oh, that one. It's actually a pretty neat one. The Starbat. Ladia slash Os or Kyurem. I don't remember what Kyurem was. But I do like Latias. I think it was specifically the one. Pokemon Forever, was it? Did end up making me really like it. Ah, it's the half Reshiram, half Zekrom, I think. Was it? No, actually, I'm thinking. Might be thinking of something else. That's one of your favorite animals IRL. Ah, yeah. It looks really cool, honestly. But Honestly, out of that sort of quote-unquote trio, my favorite's probably Reshiram, I think. That kind of reminds me, I do eventually need to put together my Ho-Oh model kit that I've had sitting around for ages. At heart, I'm Gen 2. There are some stuff in higher gens that I definitely like, but Gen 2 is where it all started, so it has a very special place in my heart. For other dragon Pokemon now. If I were to be a dragon trainer, what would my team be now that I'm thinking about it? Because there aren't a ton. Your Gen 5er? Pokestar Studios? What is that? I'm trying to remember Gen 5. Oh, Unova. Oh yeah, they had a... That was one of the ones where they actually made, like, a sequel, didn't they? I might have to dig out my old 3DS. End up installing custom firmware on it, so I can probably just start an entirely new game without having to wipe my save file, which will be nice. It's kind of neat how there's sort of continuity in a lot of games. That's part of why I kind of really like Gen 2, is because it was made as an actual sequel to Gen 1, and like you basically got an entire extra region built in for Gen 2. For Gen 2. Moth was flying at my face. Let's see what. Oh yeah, it. I end up not playing. What generation was it? Is it Gen 9? No, Gen 8. Gen 1 happened before Gen 2. Gen 4 happens at the same time. Gen 4 happens at the same. Gen 3, I don't know where it is. Basically, the only time you can really tell for sure is if they reference specific previous events. Like, it was also really neat that you got to fight Red in Gen 2. Yeah, it's weird that they end up adding new Reggies to the lineup, now that I think about it. It's like for the longest time, it was just the 3 Reggies and Regigigas. And like, this and Regieleki are weird. There's Newsflash in Gen 4 that talks about the Red Gyarados from Gold, Silver, Crystal. Oh! When was Gen 4 again? I think that was Diamond and Pearl? Yeah. I guess it sort of makes sense that Gen 4 would maybe take place at the same time, considering they then did a remake of Gen 4. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Two new Reggies are weird to me. Gen 4 and 5 is goated. I did like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, though. I end up ruining my what was it, diamond save with the tweaking glitch because I screwed it up trying to get what was it, Darkrai, I think it was, and end up just kind of having to delete my save because I end up stuck in the void. Still regret it to this day. The weird thing was that I found out is that if you bred a starter, you could basically trade it for any Pokemon. It's like people would trade basically any Pokemon for a starter. It might have been hacked, but I think Fairy being added to Pokemon was one of the weirdest things to me. It's like it had been so long without a new type that everything in my head just kind of went whack with the addition of a new type. Like, I still don't remember what the type weaknesses and advantages of this are. My Black 2 save file got deleted right after I trade side quest. I don't know what that is, but that sounds... Well, in general, losing your save file is always mega pain. Yeah. I remember going into a fight, not realizing that Gardevoir became Fairy instead of just Psychic, and getting destroyed because I sent out a Dark type who no longer affects Gardevoir. And that's why I decided that Fairy type was the stupidest type to have been added. And, yeah. I'm still annoyed at that, because I would have won the fight, too. It became Psychic and Fairy. Maybe one day I should end up looking at... Wait, the Bundog is Mono Fairy? Yeah, I think it is. Where is it? Fido. Yeah, looks like it is. I never realized what type it was, so I never used it. All I did was evolve it. It's the perfect companion for when you run out of food. Just start a campfire, toss it in, and you have a meal ready. Sure, you lose your best friend, but better than starving. Emergency food, exactly. Maybe I should rename... Maybe I should catch some and rename them Emergency Food to Wonder Trade. These ones were the weird ones. Regidrago and Regieleki are the two weird ones. Because, like, Regirock, Regice, and Registeel made sense. They were carved out of rock, ice, and steel, respectively. Just magic rock, ice, and steel. But then, weird dragon gem thing, I guess? Regieleki has no right to be so fast. All I know of Regieleki is that it is annoying if your other team gets it while you... Well, in Unite. Made by pure electric energy just doesn't seem right. And the thing that worries me is it feels like they're gonna add more types of Regis now. Just trying to sort of bank on the nostalgia of the Regis from the original what was it? Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I'm curious when they'll end up adding new Eevee types. Now that I think about it. Oh, neat. I've never actually paid much attention to the Gigantamax thing. I like how it gets so much more fluffy. Regidrago is made of dragon. Basically, that's what it more or less seems to say. Using crystallized dragon energy. That's it. It's just crystallized dragon. Yeah. And it's supposed to have the powers of every dragon Pokemon. It sounds like the kind of OC that some kid would make, rather than an official entry in Pokemon. Honestly. Like, my original Pokemon is the best dragon Pokemon. It has the powers of every other dragon Pokemon. It's made of dragon energy and like so weird. I do like that me mentioning Gardevoir is what took a Raph to show up for a second. Yeah. Then there's just pure electric. Right. I'm curious if they'll end up adding more EVs. How many types are there now? Oh, Gardevoir. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. What was it? Some sort of knight. Trying to remember the name of it. I should know it. Maybe I'll just quickly pull out my Switch. Go to my boxes, though I might have already traded it off. Yeah, I think I end up moving them to some random box at some point. Should be a fairy type? That might make it easier then. Iron Valiant, that's what it's called. It's kind of neat. You know, it still makes me wonder about the whole... Well, actually, there's DLC coming out now that I think about it. It's kind of funny. It says most powerful psychic, or an effort to create the most powerful psychic Pokemon. Its type, fairy fighting. Which is weird, because you'd think it would at least keep the psychic typing. Most of my favorite Pokemon are not even game. I know that I am so annoyed at too. Like Chikorita, of course, being my absolute favorite, isn't in Gen 9. I'm so sad about that. Because I 100% would have one on my team. I'm so disappointed that they were cutting out so many Pokemon from the games. I remember correctly, they said something about because they're having higher graphics means it's taking up more space, and then you look at the graphics of the current games and the fact that stuff pops in like 5 feet in front of you, and Mawile, Galvantula, Hydreigon 2. Honestly, this is making me kinda wanna play a Pokemon game again. There's black and white style of animated sprites lasted longer. It would have been nice if it was like an option, I guess. There are games much larger than Pokemon that run so much smoother. First one that comes to mind, Legend of Zelda. It's like there's a competition between them and Blizzard and Mojang to figure out how to spend the least money on their most profitable games and do the least work possible. Maybe one day I'll pull up a Pokemon game to play again. Maybe one of the mystery dungeons or something. It's been quite a long time since I played one of those. How many games there are right now? Oh wow, they actually haven't made one in 2 years. It looked like they were making them quite often until 2020. Pokemon Conquest was one of my faves. What's Pokemon Conquest? Oh. Sort of gives me vibes of Final Fantasy Tactics and Fire Emblem, almost. That looks really interesting. I haven't seen a game like that. I haven't tried it before. Yeah, it's more like Final Fantasy Tactics, though. Might throw that on a list of games to look at for the future. Probably throw that in my notes channel. I have a private notes only channel, my Discord. Pokemon Ranger series, another bank. I love the Pokemon Ranger series. You have your own private Discord for writing stuff down too? Basically, it's just a private channel in my main Discord, so that only I can see it, but it, honestly, it's mostly just me, copy pasting links to manga I'm reading so I can read it on my phone when I have to go do stuff. But still, Pokemon Ranger. It's a shame that they really didn't continue with it. Like I could see, uh, Pokemon Ranger being viable on the Switch at least, since Switch is also touchscreen. You have your own server too? Yeah, it makes it so much easier to keep stuff organized and everything. Since sending messages without checking them first is scary. That too. That way I can make sure the stuff I'm going to send looks proper and everything. I'm gonna be just a minute to refill my water because I've been talking a whole lot more than usual, which gets my throat very dry. So I'll be like 30 seconds and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Got to start my paste the link so I don't accidentally dog myself. That too. So that way I don't end up sending any incorrect links. Which 90% of the time would be just a link to whatever random manga I'm reading, but still don't want to be sending out random links to stuff like that. So I did really like the Pokemon Ranger series. It's a shame that there weren't more of them. Actually, was there one on the 3DS? Now that I think about it, I'd be surprised if there wasn't one. No, it's only DS. It's a shame that Ranger is one of the games that would be an absolute pain to try and emulate unless you have like a art pad. Memes for me? Yeah, that too. Spicy memes. Because I like to save spicy memes that I would definitely delete from memes channel. Because like my sense of memes publicly is just like the worst of it is cursed food. Memes in general are a lot more NSFW in terms of the stuff I actually laugh at. Cerebi is good to take two to check spin-off game. Oh yeah. Cerebi. One that I used to play was Go. That was a weird time, wasn't it? When Pokemon Go had just came out. If I remember correctly, someone said that was basically the closest we had to world peace for a while. Where it was just everyone going outside, actually interacting with people. It was a short era of people actually touching grass. I still remember being hyped for it, actually. I don't even think I have it on my phone anymore. It was so hyped up, and now I'm here without having an update in months. Yeah, exactly. I. Oh yeah. This reminds me. I was surprised that they actually retired Ash for the anime. Like I thought that was gonna be like Ash was gonna be Pokemon's Mario, basically in terms of anime. But they actually got rid of him. One of these days, I should actually watch the parts or the episodes where it was announced. Yeah, this is a weird one. You made Ash appear in a video game? Oh, which one? Was it like a good video game or like one of those weird, basically cash? What's Pokemon Masters. Oh, right, that was also a phone game, wasn't it? EX, yeah, right. I played that for just a little while and then stopped playing. That's one I can probably reinstall. Like, a lot of games no longer work on my phone, considering it's, what, over 8 years old at this point, I think? And running on a firmware that stopped updating in 2018. An event where Ash Val against Red Game and Red even said a sentence? Wow. I'm surprised they would actually make Red talk. I thought that was specifically one thing they would never do because it was supposed to be a stand-in for your character you used in the first game. Which is why he only says ... in X and Y, or not X and Y. Well, I think it was in X and Y, wasn't he? As an optional boss. But in Gold, Silver, Crystal. Yeah, maybe I'll reinstall this game at some point. I think I started early when the game had just started. This one seems weird. Pokemon Sleep. Black and White 2 as a World Championship champ. Ah, right. I think I heard something about that at one point. Sun and Moon with Battle Tower 2. That too. And I think he also appeared in Gen... whatever the weird football stadium one was. This one seems weird.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon Sleep.
Like, a game based around sleeping to catch Pokemon. So does it mean like there's a challenge mode to catch a Snorlax where you just don't wake up?
Your adventure
Pokemon Sleep, that's called a coma. I just want my Snorlax.
takes place on a small island. On this island, you'll find great big Snorlax.
This reminds me, wasn't there also one...
Who is researching Pokemon Sleep?
Oh, it looks like a Snorlax.
It's easy
With the
to play on
coat design and everything.
All you have to do is get a good night's sleep.
Of course, games always have to have these stupidly savage mechanics where they expect way too much skill from the player. Wasn't there one Pokemon game? I'm trying to remember what one it was. It was all QB.
If you leave your smartphone by your pillow when you go to bed, your sleep will be measured, recorded, and analyzed. Once that's done, it will be categorized into one of 3 sleep types: dozing, snoozing, or slumbering. Pokemon that tend to sleep in the same
On the list to your left. Yeah, I figure I'll look at that as soon as I'm done seeing what the heck this is.
as you did will gather around Snorlax. As you keep
I mean,
this up, you
Pokemon
might
does try to do
discover
some
rare
weird
and
stuff.
sleep styles that most will never see. It seems that each species of Pokemon has several sleep styles. Get lots of sleep and try to find them all.
Okay, time to speedrun it. Pokemon Quest. Oh yeah, that might have been what it was. Oh yeah, I forgot Pokken Tournament was a thing. Oh, and Magikarp Jump. I played a decent amount of Magikarp Jump. It was, very interesting. Pokken Tournament is one that I thought I might eventually try, but I don't know. I'm not much into fighting games. Yeah, Pokemon Quest is the one. Veolinks are dead? Yeah, some of them anyway. My Switch password so I can't even re-download it right now. And I had this game on my phone for quite a while. I might see if I can reinstall one or two of these. They're trying to remake this game. That's why they cease and desisted. I think they might have cease and desisted. What was it? That Minecraft mod for Pokemon around the time this came out. I could be wrong, but actually, speaking of which, there is a new Pokemon mod out now called Cobblemon, which is really neat. They're slowly adding all the Pokemon to the game, but it's a lot more true to Pokemon or Minecraft's original art style. Think they didn't got rebooted to be worse? I think it always was kind of downhill since Pixelmon, that's what it's called. One of the big problems was the art design. The art design of Pixelmon just clashed horribly with the Pokemon, or not Minecraft aesthetic. But this looks really good. Like, I like that they add stuff like Pokemon riding on your shoulders for one. And the fact that these look actually voxel instead of models. If I remember correctly, they actually use the API for Pokemon Showdown for their battling as well. These days I gotta get back into it. Though, that reminds me. There's that malware that's been going on with CurseForge for the last while. Basically, there was a virus going around where it would basically inject itself into any mods and whatnot, if any developers of mods had it. Spyware and T launcher, free MC launcher. Yeah, I heard about that, but that I believe is a cracked one. Yeah. I have no reason to even download T launcher since I have a premium account. Side eyes. Side eyes about what? Ah. No judgment here. For the longest time, what was it called? MinecraftForFree.net? I believe it was. I used to play it on for the longest time. Honestly, it wasn't until a couple years after owning it that I ended up buying it. You just gotta know where to get it. That's why I was glad that when I got into it, it was during the time of Minecraft4Free.net, where it was continually updating. You could basically play it in your browser or download the launcher. Which is part of why Minecraft 1.7.3 was probably my favorite version. Ended up starting back in beta 1.6.4, I think it was. And, getting really into mods during that time. The other thing was cracked servers. Back when Hamachi, I think it was, that let you 1.8 a lot. Oh yeah, I remember the hype of, what was it, 1.8, I think it was. When they first added Enderman and Hunger, and I still remember how hyped I was with all the new stuff it was adding. It was really neat. I want to play Minecraft again. I have so many mod packs. Everyone's mad about the Sniffler? The what? The heck is that? What the hell is that? Oh, hey, it looks like they're actually adding archaeology. It only took like 3 years for them to finally work on something they had a preview of. I was thinking of the Sniffler from Fantastic Beats. Google still told me anyway, so. Whenever I'm a modded player, so. Whatever, go away. Yeah. I'm like basically a pure modded player, so whenever I see these updates that take ages to add, like a small handful of things, it always feels weird because like single devs will do more work in half the time for a mod than there will be for the base Minecraft done by people who are paid to develop the game. New armor engraving stuff, kind of cool. Is there a trailer for it? Ah, there is. Perfect. Let's see. Ooh, what's that? New. The base Java edition is still limited to 1 core processing, I think? Really? Huh. Well, I mean, most of what it goes for is your RAM, I think it was. That just reminds me of the 404 seed. Oh, cherry blossoms, right. I think I heard about those. Oh, that's neat, actually. I like it. those are actually really neat. You can see the trimmings, really being nice for customization. Gives you dyeable gear, basically, instead of just for leather. There's one mod that I remember being really good. Now the bookshelf's actual books. Oh, finally, they added Bibliocraft. It only took them, what, 7 years to add Bibliocraft books? This is why I'm so dismissive of the work that they put into it. I think I misspelled that, but... The archaeology just reminds me of... what was it? Might have been fossils in archaeology. No, that's a mod pack, never mind. Relations. Is this the one that I'm thinking of? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, didn't they go back on some biomes that they were gonna add? That exist in mods? Already? I'll download the... We need to grab some people and make an SMP. I never got to do that for. It would. The only problem is how much it costs to do an SMP. Bisect is the first one that comes to mind in terms of server hosting. But... it costs... how much? Yeah, it looks like at cheapest be like $11. No, it might not be too bad for just a 1 gig of RAM one. That's the most budget they have, though. Like, in theory, I could... actually, I don't know if I can port forward my thing to run just like a local one during streams. It wouldn't be too hard with something like Hamachi to do just one that spoofs being local. And just opening up the world like that. Is Hamachi even still a thing anymore? Oh yeah, it is. remember I used to use it all the time. Pricing isn't too bad for what? 2 gigabytes of RAM? Say 10 persons. Oh yeah, cat in the background. Yeah, looks like 2 gigabyte would be viable for a 10 slot. So maybe I can look into that eventually. I might throw it on my list of things I might do. Honestly, $15 for 3 months wouldn't be a bad price. I'm curious just how much they even offer, like at max. Jeez, they really cater to the massive mod packs, eh? I don't even know what you use 48 gigabytes of RAM for in a Minecraft server. I'll throw on a list of things I might do. Next stream, I'll try the new Minecraft update. Never even seen 48 gigabytes of RAM before? Yeah. I mean, my computer has, what, I think 8 gigs in it right now? Maybe 16 at best? These are This one... Wait, is this just... Apparently just a really interesting recap of the entire first Pokemon movie. I heard that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were not good at all. Which is a shame, because Diamond and Pearl were good. What I do need to eventually is to return to, what was it? Pokemon Arceus. That one I didn't end up finishing. Just because I end up forgetting about it, because it's a lot more catch and release. May Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are kind of standard quality for remakes now? Yeah. Like, even Heart Gold and Soul Silver were great remakes, I think. But what we got, or what I heard people got for the Diamond and Pearl remakes were garbage, like full of bugs and everything, and really ruined any trust in it and remakes as a whole. my usual ending time. I actually quite enjoyed just chatting for the latter half of the night. I might actually have to do this more often, because like when I'm doing games and stuff, I can get distracted and end up not chatting as much, but actually just straight up chatting for a night is... I really enjoyed it, honestly. Yeah, it might take more time out of my streams just to straight up chat. But, I'll go see who to raid. Have I raided Reba before? No, I haven't. Oh, you can hear the cats in the background, I'm sure. Mute my desktop audio. And, yeah, I'll start my plugging and everything. First is my Discord. Oh, Cat's fine. She just loves to yell. If you get near her, she'll yell like that. She's a very loud cat. She basically yells if you give her attention, yells if you don't give her attention, yells if she thinks you should be giving her attention, and so on and so forth. Alright, my Discord where you guys can chat me offline. I'll give any updates about the stream and whatnot. I've now given 1 or 2 updates about a game I've been playing off stream, which was Shadow of War, about some stuff I was doing. Secondly, my YouTube, where you can find all my old streams. It should have every stream from the start of my streaming, my proper streaming. If I remember correctly, I have to fix one of the VODs. I think it accidentally uploaded as private. But it should have every stream for if you guys want to see any of them. And finally, my Twitter, where I will rarely post, but I do sometimes post there. And also my raid command, so I don't forget it this time. And yeah, as always, my stream schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 7 till 10 PST. Any changes in this will be announced ahead of time in the Discord, so if I have to cancel, or in the very rare chance I might end up doing an extra stream, it will always be announced in my Discord. And, I'm gonna be raiding, Rainybun. They're doing some Final Fantasy XIV right now. Just daily tomes and stuff as well, so, yeah, thank you all for chatting with me today. It was a lot of fun, and, hope to see you guys in the next one. Yeah, have a good rest of your day too, Matsusu.